fair is to give students an opportunity to understand, number one, what the country has to offer in coming years. Most of the time, students think that I want to go outside India and settle there, I want to study there, assuming that the country will not be able to offer enough study opportunities, career opportunities, and that causes brain drain. So, we as a school believe in making children realize that when we are talking about better tomorrow can be here as well. So this was our attempt where we started with a panel discussion on India as emerging superpower in terms of educational opportunities, what kind of different job options are there, and how these jobs can be well-paid jobs to meet their aspirations about having luxurious lifestyle. Another intention was to give a platform to students to speak with the industry experts and understand that what skills are they looking at, what skills they should focus on building while they are on their education journey, and also interact with. So today we have 44 universities from India and abroad participating. So an excellent platform for the students to interact directly with the admissions officer and university liaison officers to understand that what is important when they are making applications. So I think as a school, we have not just restricted our interactions to the classroom teaching and learning, and we are going much beyond that.
There needs to be a greater awareness of what kind of educational systems exist in India. And some of the most outstanding institutes are in India. So I think even schools need to sort of display these characteristics of Indian education system. Otherwise, many of the times, especially in elite schools, they feel that when you go overseas, you get a better education and you come back more prepared. We spoke about these topics at our conference, and many of these questions were posed by the panelists, and we emphasized on the fact that there are some outstanding institutions in India which they should explore as well. So there was a lot of focus on the Indian education system, and the purpose of many of these children going overseas is also to understand the global scenario, because ma'am just spoke about a global brain drain, but there is a reverse immigration happening now, where many of the Indians who are overseas are coming back to India. So in a way, we would see that even these children going there would come back with some even greater skills than they could achieve, and they would serve the motherland. So we've emphasized on that fact that opportunities not only exist across the world, but in India, because we know now that we are heading towards a 5 trillion economy, and we've become the 5th largest economy in the world. So the opportunities in India are tremendous, not just in terms of employment opportunities, entrepreneurship, setting up institutions. So I feel the children understand this. So, but there's a lot of information that needs to go to various parts of the country, that there are opportunities in our existing systems as well. I only feel that we lack a little bit in research. So in higher education, we still have a long way to catch up. So we've caught up a lot in the past 20 years, but I feel given another 15-20 years, our institutions will probably be at par with some of the best in the world, or even better. So that's to answer the question really.
I think that is the strongest example during the pandemic that we proved as a system of education that we can handle the challenge.
Absolutely.
So, do you have any analytics about the foreign education system, how they deal in that?
So I think many of the countries closed down their schools at a very late stage, especially in Europe. You saw the schools did not shut down because they were concerned about the psychological effects it could have on the children. And but it was a very difficult decision for anyone to take, because there was no right or wrong decision. The right decision was to protect lives, and nothing else mattered. So I think to handle 1 billion people is a magnanimous task. I don't think we can compare ourselves to any nation, and we did a very stellar job in controlling the pandemic. And it's also, I think, the solid grounding that the Indian cultural system has, that we were able to sort of face this crisis. And even the children have taken it as a challenge. But the students aside, I think the teaching profession really innovated during this time, because they were not used to teaching online. They were not understanding the systems that would be needed to really provide knowledge to the people. But they really took up this challenge. I can speak about my school. and they work literally day and night to make sure that the children were comfortable and happy. So I think we have to give a real salute to the heroes who worked in the background, really, because we were talking of doctors, we were talking of other ecosystems that managed the
Right.
pandemic. But the teachers worked relentlessly because they had so much pressure. So the education system went through a real turmoil.
Right.
But I think that's in the past. Let's focus on the 5 trillion economy and move forward, really.
Thank you so much.
Also, how do you see the Indian education getting evolved over the past years?
The parents is also changing, but more than the parents, I feel it's the children of today who are more aware. So earlier, in my case as well, I was told what to do. Like my father and mother wanted a role for me. But today, I don't think it's that way. It's the kids themselves decide that this is what I want to be, this is who I want to be. And I think that change is very dynamic, it's shifting. So India, again I can say is divided into 2 areas, एक हमारा भारत है और एक इंडिया है. So that divide is great because सारे systems एक साथ यहाँ काम करते हैं, ICSE है, CBSE है, SSE है. So we need to sort of amalgamate all these systems and have one sort of consistent approach towards growth. So we cannot have this division of sort of understanding. So it's a long process. It's not easy because there's no again right path to it, or we want to go to India to study. So that reverse brain drain, I'm not just talking in terms of our people coming back, but I'm talking of even education tourism. They should come here because almost it's a $60 billion market. Then I purely talk in terms of the ecosystem. And we spoke about teachers' salaries, we spoke about research facilities. So all this money can come from overseas, which can be invested into the infrastructure of our country. So and teachers also can be given salaries at par with corporate titles, because currently it's satisfaction they work on. You know, they get that pleasure that my student has become a great success. And that's the kind of blessings they get. But with these blessings, I feel also they need to have a good quality of life. And teachers have to have a greater role in our country in terms of what their lifestyle is, how they can also, and many more people should come into this profession. So I think they're one of the noblest people on the planet because they create so many success stories. So we need to really understand ये गुरु शिष्य परंपरा जो हमारी थी, I think that is still prevalent in our country, and we just need to emphasize on that fact. So the Indian education system is going to propel the whole world into a different trajectory.
So we also have various streams, like we have an ICSE, we have a CBSE, we have an IB.
Where we are expecting the same number of people. I will know the exact count at the end of the day. But yes, we are very happy with the turnout. The best part is it's not only DY Patil students who have participated today. We have lots of outside of DY Patil school students participating. So yes.